Welcome back to the county seat. And we are now going to debate the issue of Class B and D roads. And we have a casualty here. Brian Bremner has not made it at this point, so the debate will continue, but we'll think warmly of him in the discussion. Joining us is Commissioner Mike McKee from Uintah County, Commissioner Mark Habishaw from Kane County, and Commissioner Larry Ellertson from Utah County. Commissioner McKee, I want to start with you. You are a believer in RS 2477 and the need for counties to protect those rights. Yet there's a large number of BLM roads that you recently converted over to Title V. What was the motivation for the need to do that?
Let me just mention real quickly with RS 2477, of course, that actually is property owned by the county once you can get the RS 2477 road. A Title V is a grant, it is a right-of-way, and so there is a distinction. Obviously, you know, we would prefer owning the road, but across the nation, to our knowledge, there has not been a RS 247 grant that has ever happened.
So you're basically, your decision to move ahead with Title V was out of economic necessity because you had to get to the resources, and the court battles were, you know, too much of a timeline?
I think there's two reasons for us. One is economic necessity. To be able to do things timely, to be able to get our bridges out, to build these roads, to get into access. We have over 6,000 wells out in the county, bridges, and so the economic necessity. But I think from some of our points of view as well has been there's opportunity to get these Title V's. And you know, when we talk about discussions like wilderness, if we have, and in Uintah County we have over 400 miles today in Title V's. If we didn't have those 400 roads, we know in the definition of wilderness, for example, if you have more than 5,000 acres, there is the potential for wilderness to be created. For some, that's great. For some of us, maybe that's not what we're wanting to see. Some believe if there's over 5,000 acres, thou shalt create wilderness. If you have a Title V that is granted, that is given to us from the U.S. government, I don't think we're ever going to have to worry about that discussion. So in the meantime, we're getting business done. We're having a lot of good things happen out there. It's helping our economic base. And again, I would maintain one of the reasons in Uintah County that we have the economic base we have is because we have been proactive in moving forward.
Okay. I have a question for you, Commissioner Ellertson. You're an urban county, basically Utah County. You don't have a lot of federal land RS 2477 issues, except maybe one or two out on Lake Mountain or something like that. What's your take on the entire issue? What impact does this have on your constituents in your county?
So we have a vested interest. Everyone in the state does. If you want to get out and enjoy those rural areas, then we have an interest in what happens in Kane County, in Uintah County, in Grand County, and all of the counties.
So even from a standpoint of an urban county, there is a little bit of fiduciary responsibility that goes with this issue of RS 2477 statewide then, to protect the interests of your citizens.
I believe there definitely is, and you can broaden it even to the standpoint of saying we're interested in economic development. One of the things that companies say when they come here is that people enjoy the lifestyle or they enjoy the beauty of the state. And that's part of the thing that we can use to sell. And of course, in the immediate areas, you always have the tourism dollars that can be drawn into that, and so it becomes important for them as well. The entire state benefits from that.
Mark, you've been remarkably silent in this debate, which is not typical for you. I want to ask you a question. What is the key issue of importance at protecting this RS 2477? And why not just do a Title V?
Well, I guess I'd like to approach it from the perspective of broken promises, sovereignty, and fiduciary responsibility. Congress granted property-based rights-of-way for a period of 110 years, from 1866 to 1976, with the passage of FLPMA, Federal Lands Policy and Management Act. However, in FLPMA, those rights-of-way were protected as properties owned by the counties and the states. Virtually every one of those provisions in FLPMA have been broken by Department of Interior by Department of Agriculture. And so now they're trying to replace RS-2477 with FLPMA Title V's. The promises made in the current Title V's are like carrots to entice us to accept Title V's as a universal operation of public highways across the West. Once they achieve that, they'll break the promises of Title V.
Okay,
They've done it in the past.
So Uintah County and Emory County, they both claimed in their, and they both wrote into their Title V's in perpetuity, and that they were protecting their RS-2477 interests in the future. So can't they come back in the future and try and assert that claim, or is there going to be an evidentiary problem?
We don't have time to get into all the details. I would enjoy debating this for hours. I just recently reviewed the 2800 regulations. There is no reference to perpetual Title V's. They're term-based, and so the perpetuity that is agreed to by a local manager will have no standing in the future. Future manager, future regulations can modify today's Title V's, and they're not permanent by federal law. Title V's for highways and routes after 1976 are appropriate. We take them, but we don't take them to resolve prior established property-based rights-of-way. The landscape has changed. It changed significantly about a week and a half ago when U.S. District Court Judge Waddups in Kane County's 12-road quiet title denied a federal motion to dismiss 5 of our Class B roads for a lack of case or controversy. Judge Waddups decided there was a case or controversy, although the federal government had not taken specific action on any of those 5 roads. But in general, they have denied recognition of our jurisdiction. That has changed the landscape. I would submit the counties in Utah need to work with the Public Lands Office. We need to work together in a unified strategy to take advantage of this window of opportunity to secure quiet title. I believe that's in the best interest of our future generations of Utahns.
Well, we'll take that under advisement because our time is very short. Obviously, this is something that we could debate for a long period of time. I appreciate your comments. One sentence to wrap up, Commissioner McKee.
Just simply, in relation to Title V's, I think we ought not to poo-poo Title V's. Those are grants given to us. The language was approved at the solicitor clear at the Washington level. So I think it's an opportunity. It may not be owning the road, but it is owning the right-of-way to get there. And they are granted in perpetuity right in the grant. So I believe in RS-2477. I'm fully, we're still engaged in that, but we're just looking at other tools that we can use as well.
Okay. Commissioner Ellison, one last word.
I think we need to be diligent in this effort to maintain access to these public lands. If we allow them to go into wilderness in those areas, we thereby ensure that the vast majority of the public will never have the opportunity to enjoy them. Good point.
And with that, we're going to wrap up this episode of the County Seat. Thank you for being a live audience. And when we come back in just a moment, I'll answer any questions you have. Thank you all very much.